Today we're heading to explore to combo off with Tree of Perdition, Triskaidekaphobia, and Tyvar Jubilant Brawler. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Against the Odds. So last week, we had a Shadows over Innistrad Remastered Against Odds poll, and in the end, it was Tree of Perdition taking home a pretty easy win. Although really, we're kind of playing a double Against Odds deck, because Tree of Perdition combos with one of the other cards on our poll, Triskaidekaphobia, so we're mashing them together to play Tyvar's Trisky Tree combo in Explorer. In this deck, it should be really funny when it goes off. So let's talk about how Tyvar's Trisky Tree combo actually works. Jump into some games, see it in action. So the goal of our deck is to win the game with Tree of Perdition, a 4-mana 0/13 that can tap to exchange its toughness with our opponent's life total. So essentially it taps, our opponent will go to 13 and Tree will probably go up to like 20 toughness or whatever. So how do we actually make this win the game? Well, combo piece number 2 is Triskaidekaphobia, an enchantment that says at the beginning of our upkeep, each player who has exactly 13 life loses the game, and then we either make everyone lose a life or gain a life. So the idea is we play Tree and we play Triskaidekaphobia, then we use Tree to put our opponent down to 13 life, win the game on our upkeep. The huge new addition to this deck though is Tyvar Jubilant Brawler, which does a bunch of things in the deck. Most importantly, it lets us activate our creatures as though they had haste. So one of the problems with the Tree of Perdition combo is you gotta play Tree and then you gotta wait a whole turn for it to lose Summoning Sickness to be able to use it. Tyvar gets around that. If we play Tyvar and then Tree, we can tap Tree right away to put our opponent to 13, which greatly speeds up the combo. Tyvar also, in a weird way, helps us find Tree of Perdition. If you look through the rest of our deck, it's full of ways to tutor up our combo pieces. So Tree of Perdition, we can get with Eldritch Evolution, Diabolic Intent, or Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman, really sweet with Tyvar. It's another creature that we can activate right away if we have Tyvar out. Plus, Tyvar can tick down to get it from our graveyard. So that's how we find the Tree. Then, as far as Triskaidekaphobia, Moonblast Cleric can tutor it up, which we can tutor up with the Fauna Shaman. So we got all these synergies to find our pieces. Diabolic Intent can also find it. So that's the combo pieces. Otherwise, we got some mana dorks to speed things up, some random dorks that draw us cards that not only keep us turning through our deck, but also give us things to sack for Eldritch Evolution. Mana base, pretty typical, fast land, shock land, some utility lands in the sideboard, a bunch of removal, some artifact hate, some graveyard hate, some thought seizes for control, and that is Tyvar's Trisky Tree combo for Explorer. That's our Against the Odds deck for this week. If I sound a little weird, I apologize. I've been a little bit sick lately, but this deck is so sweet. We had to play it anyway. The show must go on. So I'm going to stop rambling. Let's jump into some games and see if we can actually pull it off. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some March of the Machine cards? Well, you can snag them from our awesome sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. Against the Odds time, we are doing some more Tyvar Tree comboing. Yeah, this hand looks fine. Ramp into Tyvar, some draws, and a Moonblast Cleric. Again, sorry, I'm kind of sick today, so if I sound sick, you know why, because I actually am sick. Well, land and looks like burn, maybe. I mean, it is worth pointing out that Triskaidekaphobia does just gain a life each turn. That is kind of relevant against a mono red deck. Opponent, boom, crushes our Llanowar Elf. Well, play a land, Spirited Companion, draw a card. I mean, I think our goal is going to be to get a Triskaidekaphobia as fast as possible. Spike, oh, there's a Triskaidekaphobia. We can play Tyvar, take it down. Yeah, let's play Technuma. Play Tyvar. Worst case, we get a Llanowar. All right, we get a Llanowar, which isn't that bad. Pass the turn. Might let us avoid having to shock ourselves next turn. All right, play with Fire the Tyvar. That's, I mean, opponent's down to 2 cards. They're down to 2 cards. There's Bone Crusher with the counter, sure. Is there a chance we end up killing ourselves? We're at 19, -5 is 14. Yeah, let's Moonblast Cleric. Let's play it slow. Moonblast Cleric, Spirited Companion. Play a tap land, pass the turn. Opponent gets to flip their Saga. Block the Etchings. Opponent, wow, kills Llanowar, sure. I mean, all of this is fine. We untap. Spirited Companion, draw a card. Untapped. Moonblessed Cleric. Spirited Companion. No attacks. The Gilded Goose. I think once we get down the Gilded Goose and get a food, then we can play Triskaidekaphobia. I'm just worried about running it out and then our opponent, with some combination of burn spells, getting us to 13. We can also die to Triskaidekaphobia. That is a thing. Opponent, light up the stage. Skewer and Soulscar Mage. Well, we will double block. Get rid of Crushy Crusherton over there. I'll play a Spirited Companion. Draw a card. Oh, there's a tree. That is good. Play a Gilded Goose. Hit you for 1. Diabolic Intent. Sack Spirited Companion. Yeah, take a Tyvar. Pass the turn. We do also got to be aware of Raminamp Ruins. Making it so... Let's play Tyvar. Take down Tyvar. Get a Gilded Goose. Play a Fauna Shaman. We're actually getting super close. We are getting super close. Opponent. How do we play around the Raminamp Ruins? That's the question. Opponent goes to combat. Opponent. I mean, we're going to block. All right, kills the Tyvar. Sure. Yep. And opponent. Light up the stage. Draws Bone Crusher and Bone Crusher. Tree of Perdition. Hit you for 1. I mean, the other thing about Tree is it is defense. Cha-cha-cha. So we're going to have to catch our opponent tapped out, basically. Opponent Bone crushes our face. Sure. Light up the stage to draw some more cards. Wizard's Lightning, Den of the Bugbear. We are going to block. Like, I don't think you get through a 0-13. I guess you can throw a bunch of burn spells at it and shrink it with Soulscar Mage, but still. Like, if that's your plan, I think we're fine with that. Opponent. Yep. And Bone crushes our face. Sure. Down to 13. Wow, this means we actually can't play Triskaidekaphobia, can we? Not yet. All right. Llanowar Elves. Tree of Perdition. Hit you for 1. I mean, the good news is, how does our opponent attack us through double Tree of Perdition? Opponent, Den of the Bugbear, Bone Crusher Giant. And a Bone Crusher Giant passes. We do have the food, so we can go to 13, but what if they have a Bolt? Yeah, this is like not the right life total. Wow, this is so awkward. All right, Spirited Companion, draw a card. Eldritch Evolution. Sack a Spirited Companion. I guess a Moonblessed Cleric. To get a Triskaidekaphobia. Pass the... This is the weirdest game. This is the weirdest game. Opponent. Faces pings us. Okay. We're under 13. That's good. That is good. Fires up the Den of the Bugbear. Gonna go to combat. Do some attacking. Make a goblin. Block, block, block. Oh, that's kind of a waste. You know what? Let's see if we can kill this Soulscar Mage. Block, block, block. We drop to 8 temporarily. We untap. We play Triskaidekaphobia. We pass the turn. We need our opponent to tap the Raminamp Ruins, because they can use that to lose life at instant speed. Den of the Bugbear. Opponent goes to combat. Opponent with a big attack. Makes a goblin. Block. Block, 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 block. And then sack of food. Gain some life. Oh, they did it. Wow. Tree you. Sure. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. Opponent need to leave up the Raminamp Ruins, and we couldn't really kill them very easily. But they didn't leave up the Raminamp Ruins, and we got the win. Is Tree of Perdition actually good now? That actually worked. That somehow actually worked. Well, bring in the Scavenging Oozes. We'll bring in more removal. Go down. 1 Moonblessed Cleric. 1 Tyvar. Couple of Llanowar Elves. 1 Fauna Shaman. 1 Eldritch Evolution. Run it like that. I mean, Tree of Perdition, just being a 0-13, is actually pretty good against some decks. Like, red decks cannot kill it. We're on the draw against mono red. Playing apparently the most broken deck in Explorer. Tyvar Tree of Perdition combo. I guess we can put Technuma's probably better. Are we really gonna be able to do this against a mono red deck? Probably not. All right, let's put Kesselot Queen to the bottom. It's responsible. As much as I love drawing cards, I think the responsible thing to do is not pay a bunch of life to draw cards against burn. Opponent. Roiling Vortex. Get pinged. I'll play a land. Spirited Companion. Draw a card. Opponent gets pinged. Gets rid of the Spirited Companion. And more Soulscar Mages. That's a lot of Soulscar Mages. Opponent hits us. We get pinged. Play a land. Play Tyvar. Take it down. Gilded Goose. Make a food. Play another Gilded Goose. All right, pass the turn. What do you got? Ugh, all right, more removal. Yeah, that's not great. We might just get burnout here. That is a definite possibility. Yup. Down to 12. So long as evil. Ooh, Vishino Pyromancer, interesting. So we actually can gain life this turn, which seems worth it. Let's play Scavenging Ooze. Fauna Shaman. Overgrown Tomb untapped. Spirited Companion. And pass the turn. Opponent faces. Yeah, trigger ping. Block a Soulscar Mage. Block a Soulscar Mage. Wow. All right. Last card is a Wizard's Lightning, which is pretty bad for us. So we go to 6. Does this mean we're dead? We go to 5. Play Technuma. Play Tree. Yeah, I think they got it. That last burn spell, I think, is gonna do it, because we can't gain life through this Roiling Vortex, so our food plan is not actually very effective here. Opponent. Top decks more hasty threats. Goes attacking. Block and block. Yeah, if it wasn't for this Roiling Vortex, I'd like where we're at. We get pinged. Triskaidekaphobia. Ooh, okay, that's actually big. Skyclave. Gets rid of the Roiling Vortex. Play a tap land. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Gain some life. Opponent's still a top deck away from just winning, though. We need them to hit a land here, I think. Opponent flips the Saga. Land. Oh, light up the stage is definitely not a land. Opponent. Huge top deck. Land and faces, and that's actually lethal. All right, Roiling Vortex. I see. Rafine's Informant out. Go up a Canker Bloom. Try it like that. We have a lot of life gain. Like, we just can't do it through a Roiling Vortex, obviously. We were close. That Roiling Vortex was really good against us. I mean, we're on the play for game number 3, which should be helpful. Well, this hand is horrible. Not great, but we'll keep it. We kind of want that, really. Because Spirited Companion means that get to get a tree. I guess we got to put it to the bottom. Or we could put a Mana Dork to the bottom. All right, Spirited Companion to the bottom. Blooming Marsh and Llanowar Elves go. Opponent faces, pings us, tap land, and Gilded Goose, and hit you for 1 past the turn. Opponent, more faces, down to the Bugbear, and light up the stage. Play the land. Play the Scavenging Ooze. Sack the Scavenging Ooze. Get a Tree of Perdition. Pass the turn. All right, now we just need to get the Triskaidekaphobia on the battlefield. Opponent tap land. Lava Runner gets a counter. And kills the Gilded Goose, yup. Gets in for 2, down to 16. I'll play a Gilded Goose. Get a food. The Llanowar Elf. Triskaidekaphobia. All right, pass the turn. Can we live long enough? Opponent flips the Saga. Kills the Gilded Goose. So opponent's hoping we don't draw a land. Opponent goes to combat attacks. No. You're supposed to block here. All right, block with Tree of Perdition. Drop to 12. Land for the, wow, another light up the stage. Well, this is mono red, running hot. Opponent finds a Roiling Vortex. Get pinged. Well, that's a land. I mean, we are going for it. Triskaidekaphobia. We might just be dead. We'll see. Pass the turn. Opponent adapts. Gets pinged. Down to 8. Do we survive? What is our opponent's last card? Faces pings us. Goes to combat attacks. We will block. Let's see if our opponent realizes Remnant Bruins. That's the card that could let our opponent steal. Or maybe they just drew every burn spell. Fair enough. Well, we were close. We were super close. Against odds time, we are playing some Tree of Perdition combo in Explore this week, and Sand has no green mana. Would be a good hand otherwise. If we could actually cast our hand, it would be good. I mean, this hand actually has the whole combo. We're on the draw and we don't have any ramp, so we'll see. See if it's fast enough. Opponent, Blooming Marsh and Traverse Sylvan to get a land. Yup. Now Blooming Marsh go. Opponent. And Soul Guide Lantern, sure. Opponent takes the Tree of Perdition. Well, Llanowar Elves. And Godless Shrine. Go. So now we do need to find another Tree of Perdition. Fabled Passage for our opponent and Fatal Push. All right, opponent is... They're running out their hand. Well, Razor versus they get Tyvar. Take down Tyvar. I think it's actually Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman gives us another tree if we can find it. Opponent gets a forest. Sacks the lantern to draw a card. Has achieved delirium for the time being. Takes Eldritch Evolution. Play a land. Triskaidekaphobia. Hit you with the Fauna Shaman. Untap the Fauna Shaman. I mean, opponent's at 14. We're actually kind of close to getting the fair kill here. Well, we will lose life. Fauna Shaman. Discard the Gilded Goose. We don't have any graveyard heat in the main deck. Yeah, let's just take a Spirited Companion. Play a Spirited Companion. Draw a card. Untap Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. Opponent needs a shock land here, or else they just die to the super fair Triskaidekaphobia. They hit you with the Fauna Shaman Triskaidekaphobia. Yeah, opponents, they see it. You can see the hover rate. What, are they passing? Ah, okay. Sometimes it just all lines up, I guess. Sometimes it just all lines up. Yeah, that is unlikely, but we will take it. The being able to just accidentally get the opponent to 13 does not happen all that frequently. And then we just like naturally, yeah, I don't even know. I do not know how that works, but we will accept it. We'll bring in some graveyard hate because our opponent appears to be a delirium deck. Sometimes you're just at 13. On to game number 2. Can we do it again? Can we get the match win against Golgari Delirium? You know what? It worked last time. Let's keep it. Another hand with all the combo pieces and not a whole lot else. Well, Conceal Courtyard, go. We would like to hit lands. Lands would be nice. Opponent, Mountain, and a Grim Flare. That's a little annoying. Well, we're running out of Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. Yeah, we really want to land for this Skyclave. This Grim Flare snowballs if it can start getting in hits. I mean, we're blocking. We will give up our Fauna Shaman. Ooh, that's actually a nice draw. Well, Fauna Shaman, again. Temple Garden tapped. Pass the turn. I assume our opponent's trying to Emrakul us. Wow, we're actually one land away from just running out Triskaidekaphobias and trees. And we actually have 2 removal spells in hand, which is sweet. Opponent. All right, kills our Fauna Shaman. Well, we will Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of Veraska. Castle Lockwain, go. Opponent, Tireless Tracker. Ooh, and the best land, Fabled Passage. And a Vessel of Nascency. Well, I mean, we're going for it. And tap land. No attacks past the turn. Well, let's see if they got the Fatal Push. Opponent, swamp, clue. No Fatal Push yet. Opponent, pathway, clue. I mean, they can draw a bunch of cards. Vessel of Nascency, fill in that graveyard. Gets a Liliana, Waker of the Dead. And plays the Liliana. Cannot kill the tree with it, though. Kills this guy. I mean, we actually have weirdly a shot here. Opponent attacks. We will definitely block. I mean, we just go for it, right? Triskaidekaphobia, Blooming Marsh. Like, make you have the answer. Corrects a clue. Trying to find an answer. Oh, finds a Terrace under. All right, opponent. Will discard the Skyclave. Opponent discards a Tireless Tracker. Gifted Etherborn. Well, we're going to make our opponent do it again. Opponent passes. Triskaidekaphobia, number 2. Godless Shrine. Can you do it again? Can you do it again? Land. They can draw some cards with this tracker. Opponent. Desperation draw. Grows the tracker, gets a clue. Sure. Oh. Yeah. I can't believe this worked out for our opponent. All right, well, that is, I think, the game now. Our opponent hit it all. Golly gee. Well, I mean, I guess technically we could just draw a third Triskaidekaphobia. Yeah, too little too late. Yeah, opponent's untapping with 2 Planeswalkers. Wow, that's kind of wild. They get to draw here. They get to, yeah. Well, we won't scoop. I don't want to get yelled at for early scooping. I know people get salty about that. Opponent takes up their Planeswalker. Our opponent's just drawing like 4 cards a turn or something, though. Oh, I can't believe they had 2. All right, that'll officially do it. I can't believe they managed to run into multiple answers to Triskaidekaphobia. What are the odds? What are the odds of that? Not high. Like, we had everything set up. Those clues. Tireless Tracker giving our opponent those extra cards. I thought we were actually gonna do it. Well, all right. Looks familiar. We got the combo. Can we somehow resolve it through our opponent's disruption? Infinite disruption. Opponent thought seizes. Going to take the Triskaidekaphobia. Well, we'll play a land and a Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. Opponent Forest. Passes. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Spirited Companion. Draw a card. I think we pass. We kind of want to get a Scavenging Ooze. Really locks down a lot of what our opponent's trying to do. Wow, opponent fires off a Terra Sunder. Greedy. Greedy opponent. Well, we are going to discard a Tree of Perdition for now, unfortunately. Scavenging Ooze. Lose our Fauna Shaman. Spirited Companion. Draw a card. Castle Lockwain. Fauna Shaman. Opponent, tap land. Or untap land. More Lilianas.
I'm looking for minions.
Okay, ticks down. Well, we'll discard a land. Opponent discards a land. Ooh, Tyvar's kind of sweet. Play Technuma as a land. Play Tyvar. Take down Tyvar. Get a Fauna Shaman. Kill the Liliana. Play the Scavenging Ooze. Pass the turn. Opponent land. We have enough creatures on board, though, that this isn't really dead. Wow, opponent takes down. Okay. And then catches in Lily. Sure. No, untap land. How many card types do they got? Instant, sorcery, planeswalker. All right, so I think we actually have to exile. I think we got to exile some stuff. So get rid of the sorcery and get rid of the land. We just want to make sure our opponent can't do delirium things. Pass the turn, but we also want to cast a Lockwain. About it. Land. Vessel of Nascency. Pass in. All right, cast a Lockwain, draw a card. Ooh, Eldritch Evolution. Ooh, Triskaidekaphobia. Go to combat, hit you with the ooze. Take up the Tyvar to untap the ooze. Do we just pass? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we just pass. We want to keep delirium off. We don't want to get emerald. Opponent. Grim Flayer in a tireless tracker. Takes a tireless tracker. Well, we will eat the Grim Flayer. Eat the Vessel of Nascency. Land Planeswalker instant. Okay, so delirium not on. Opponent untaps. Opponent draws. Tracker. And swamp. Plays it, gets a clue. If we cast a Lock Queen, we go to exactly 13. That's probably not ideal. Let's just eat the graveyard. Eat the land. Untap. Go to combat. Attack. There's no way our opponent's blocking here. That's exactly 13. Triskaidekaphobia. Opponent. Gonna draw a card. Sure. Yeah, let's take down. Opponent said good game. Do we get it? Let's take another Scavenging Ooze. We will say good game back. Play the tap land. Opponent's at 13. Can they get out from under 13? Can they top deck the win to get rid of Triskaidekaphobia? Opponent passing, dying. Ah! We did it. We did it. We did it the fair way. That was not the Tree of Perdition win because our opponent had answers for that, but sometimes you can just get him to 13. Like it kind of worked. It kind of worked. Against the odds time, we are trying to combo off with Tree of Perdition, playing some Tyvar tree combo, and it sounds fine. We got some redraws, we got a tree. Champion of the Perished. I mean, one of the nice things about Tree is it is a pretty good blocker. I don't know if we can block our way through a Champion of the Parish, but Dreadhorde Invasion. All right, I'm pretty fine with that. Opponent hits us for 1. Well, play the land, Spirited Companion. If I sound off today, I'm kind of sick, so that will explain it. Opponent grows the Champion of the Perished. And Lord of the Accursed. Yeah, I guess we're taking 4, unfortunately. Well, play the land, untapped. Skyclave Apparition, snag the Lord of the Accursed. I mean, hopefully we draw a land and can start playing trees. If we can start playing trees, we actually have a shot here because the trees can block for days. Opponent fires up the Faceless Haven. We will double block Champion of the Parish. Oh, come on, land. Come on, land. So now what? Well, let's Spirited Companion, draw a card. Razorverge Thicket tapped. Llanowar Elves, go. Oh, I don't think the tree's gonna be fast enough. We needed the tree this turn to block. Opponent fires up the face. Yeah, we're gonna be 1 turn too slow. Yeah, that does it. All right. Well, we see how this can work. If we hadn't missed our land drop, we were on the draw and we missed our land drop, and our opponent just barely squeezed out the victory. We were close. If we got the trees down, I think we were fine there. We'll bring in a little removal. Go down the Rafine's Informant. Go down 1 Moonbless Cleric and 1 Llanowar Elves. Try it like that. I mean, tree is 4 mana. We have a bunch of mana dorks, so we should be able to get it down. I think that was just a little unfortunate. We have Eldritch Evolution for days, which I guess we'll be able to find trees in the future. Passes. Play a tap land. Honk honk. And pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Swamp. Miasmic Mummy. Enters the battlefield, each player discards a card. Well, we'll discard a Eldritch Evolution for now. Opponent discards Transmogrant. Well, that's Spirited Companion. Draw a card. Moonbless Cleric. Triskaidekaphobia, pass the turn. Our opponent's deck shouldn't be very good at getting rid of Triskaidekaphobia. They're also playing blue mana, interesting. About it. And passes. Well, we will just play a land. Triskaidekaphobia. So we do gotta make sure we don't get to 13. Opponent passes. Well, let's everyone gain a life. I mean, do we just go for it? Our opponent could have removal or a counter, but we could just sack the Spirited Companion and try to get a tree. We could also just make food and wait a turn. Let's wait for now. I don't know what our opponent's doing. I'm a little nervous. All right, Transmogrant, sure. Land on zombie. Yep, let's make a food. And make a food. About it. Digraph Ghoul. Well, we gotta lose a life, unfortunately, or we end up at 13. All right, everyone loses a life. Well, let's Eldritch Evolution. Sack Spirited Companion. Okay, Tree of Perdition. Play a Gilded Goose. Off the Gilded Goose. All right. I mean, oh, do they just have removal? That is a concern. We couldn't find Tyvar, so we couldn't get the instant speed activation. Play a land and pass the turn. All right, that's what we got. Our opponent doesn't have removal. We have the full combo. Tyvar makes it so much easier because we can just activate the tree without waiting, but doesn't kill it yet. So I guess technically we need 2 turns. Oh, it has a Murderous Rider. All right, well, that's unfortunate. Well, I guess we kill this and take our beats. Oh, now we need to find another tree. That is not great. Well, gain a life. We draw Tyvar, play Tyvar, take down Tyvar, get a Spirited Companion, draw a card, Skyclave Apparition, get rid of the Transmogrant. I mean, we're staying alive. We're staying alive. Opponent does have a handful of cards. We really need another tree. We can start gaining life with the geese at some point. Opponent. Oh, all right, so opponent has a wide variety of removal spells. This is a janky build of zombies, and I think it's killing us. Well, we'll block with a goose. Well, let's gain a life. We need to draw something, not a land. Make a food. Untap the goose. Play yet another land. Pass the turret, we're running out of time. So many lands. Opponent untaps. So we can go up to 6. Oh god, they drew a lord. Yeah, I think this makes us die. Make a food. Alright, and those noxious grasps coming through for our opponent. Well, I don't think there's anything we can draw that changes this, unfortunately. Definitely not land number 7. Oh, so close. We showed that it can work. It didn't work. We lost to probably the jankiest build of zombies I've ever seen. We got a tree on the battlefield. We did that. Against the odds time, we are 1 land, 1 keeping. We really would like this Llanowar Elves to live. If we draw another land, this hand's pretty good. We are trying to combo off with Tyvar and Tree of Perdition in Explorer. Tap land. All right, well, that's good. So play the land, Tyvar. Take it up, untap Llanowar, hit ya. Okay, we got a shot here. Fiend's Informant. Oh, are we about to die to Parhelion and Greasefang? That, we don't, okay, just a Thoughtseize down. Well, take down Tyvar, hopefully hit something. All right, we hit a Spirited Companion, draw a card. Eldritch Evolution, the Spirited Companion, to get a Tree of Perdition. Pass the turn. Technically, we can set up the combo next turn. If nothing goes horribly wrong here, I mean, our opponent could have removal, but if nothing goes horribly wrong, we're technically 2 turns away from, oh, Llanowar. So now we need our opponent to tap out. Professor of Symbology. Basic Conjuration. All right, wow, they actually have a lesson. Well, we will tap Llanowar Elves. We will untap Llanowar Elves. Play a Triskaidekaphobia. And pass the turn. All right, opponent. If they tap the Llanowar Ways, we win. Assuming they can't kill the Triskaidekaphobia. This would be like our fastest win ever. Tap it. You know, you want to tap it, you got to use that mana. You got to cast your lesson. How do you spend all your time getting a lesson and not use it? Yes. This is the fastest combo kill we've ever gotten. We got to make sure we stop on the end step. Are we going to go attacking? You can hit the Tyvar. Yeah. We will block Rafine's Informant. And then, end of turn, tree, you go to 13, and apparently tree Perdition. Better than Greasefang, taking down the monster of the format. The deck kind of works. Assassin's Trophy. We need ways to stop Greasefang. Assassin's Trophy. Scavenging Ooze, if we can get it down fast enough, is very good. Maybe the Leyline Binding is a tutor target? Definitely the Rest in Peace, even though it does make our Tyvar worse. We'll go down Rafine's Informant. We'll go down a Llanowar Elves, the Diabolic Intent, a Tyvar, since we're bringing in the Graveyard Hate, one Moonblessed Cleric, one Fauna Shaman, one Spirited Companion. Try like that. I mean, that was impressive. That was about as fast as this deck can win. Was that turn 4 combo kill? Tyvar's like such a big deal for trying to pull off these janky combos. I mean, we can fizzle the first Greasefang. We don't have Graveyard Hate, but Assassin's Trophy, instant speed removal, does mean we get to survive the first one, so I think that's fine. And then hopefully we can tutor up more answers. Bonus tap land. Well, Overgrown Tomb untapped, and Llanowar Elves. Satyr Wayfinder. This is a big mill. Ooh, they hit the Parhelion. All right, well. So there's a Parhelion in the graveyard. That means we could die this turn. So I guess we just have to play a Gilded Goose. Play a Godless Shrine, pass the turn. We would like to do other stuff, but I think we just have to leave up Assassin's Trophy. Because our opponent just having Greasefang here it's just game if we don't. All right, there's the Greasefang. So we're not dead. We get to kill the Greasefang. Staying alive for the time being. Opponent does get a land, unfortunately. Probably Tyvar, I would assume, but we'll see. Maybe after losing game 1, maybe they're afraid of the Triskaidekaphobia. We want Graveyard Hate. That is the next step. Find Graveyard Hate to stay alive while they do take the Triskaidekaphobia. Find Graveyard Hate so we don't risk dying. So if they have another Greasefang right now, there's nothing we can do about it, right? We could Tyvar tick down and see if we could hit it Ooze. We can also make sure we're good next turn. We can Tyvar, untap, Moonblessed Cleric for Rest in Peace. That's probably the best line. The odds of hitting exactly Scavenging Ooze is not very high. So play Tyvar. Tap, untap, Moonblessed Cleric. Well, hopefully they don't have 2 Greasefangs in this hand. We will, instead of tutoring up a combo piece, grab a Rest in Peace. Come on, only 1 Greasefang. You can't have 2. Who has 2 Greasefangs in their opening hand? All right, well, fair enough. They had 2 Greasefangs in their opening hand. Well, we'll run it back. This time we're on the play, which is nice. I mean, basically, we have a ton of ways to find our Graveyard Hate, between tutoring up Scavenging Ooze, tuning up Rest in Peace. So we do have a lot of answers. I think, in that case, it was more just a little bit unfortunate. Well, we have the Ooze, so we'll keep this. Ooze is good, and we have the Assassin's Trophy. Opponent, gonna do some mulliganing. So we do have multiple answers, which is nice. Finding the Rest in Peace would also be nice, but Gilded Goose, go. If you can lock down the graveyard against Greasefang, the deck's pretty janky. Play a land, Scavenging Ooze, pass the turn. So now our opponent needs to kill the Ooze. And Rafine's Informant. Gonna do some looting, discards. All right, well, we untap. Play Blooming Marsh, and yeah, I mean, I guess we just passed the turn for now. Could use some more action here. We got a lot of mana. I'm glad we have the Ooze, but some more actual action we would not complain about. Wow, gonna go attacking, sure. Down to 17. Well, we will make a food. Untap. Even more lands. We could Eldritch Evolution the Goose. Doesn't feel great though. I mean, I guess it would put something in the graveyard to grow the Ooze. I'll go to combat attack ya. Play the tap land and I guess pass the turn. Awkward running. I mean, it is possible they just try to beat down with janky dorks through the Graveyard Hate. Opponent, okay. Opponent goes to combat, attacks. Well, we will create a food. Drop to 14. Well, now we have to do this. Sack of food. Eldritch Evolution. Sack the Goose. Scavenging Ooze. Play the tap land. Pass the turn. I'm worried about our opponent just playing Azeka's Chariot. I guess Skyclave can get it, but they'll still have the cats left over. Gets a Ravine Informant, I guess. Mills a bunch of lands. Ravines Informant. Do some conniving. At some point, we gotta grow this. Boy, they have not got creatures in the graveyard. Discards a Thoughtseize. Goes attacking. Well, we will eat the goose. Eat the goose, gain some life. I guess we're just running out Skyclave to eat a Rafine's Informant. Ooh, there's a tree, though. Yeah, let's Skyclave. Get rid of Rafine's Informant. Play a tap land. Hit you with the ooze. Pass the turn. About it. No Azeka's Chariots, please. Grease Fang. No vehicles in the graveyard, though. Okay, just runs out Grease Fang. Sure. This gives us bodies in the graveyard for ooze to eat. Eat Rafine's Informant. Eat the Skyclave. Well, I mean, I guess now we just need to find the Triskaidekaphobia opponent tap land. Because of the Assassin's Trophy, we're not at super big risk of dying. Even if our opponent can kill the ooze somehow. Like this should save us for a turn at least. Drains us a little bit. Not exactly sure the point of that. Well, let's see what they hit. They hit a Parhelion and a Chariot. So this is a little unfortunate. It means we need to kill the Grease Fang so we can eat the graveyard. Opponent passes. All right, it is feasting time. Eat the Grease Fang. Eat the Azeka's Chariot. Eat the Parhelion. Opponent's going to block. Okay. We're going to pass the turn. Grease Fang, but nothing in the graveyard. Passing. Well, we might as well crack a food. Gain a bit of life. We don't want to be at 13. That's an unlucky number. Untap. Opponent blocks. Gilded Goose. Pass the turn. I mean, I guess at some point our opponent's just going to be able to hard. All right, like now. Okay, that's an issue. This is not how this is supposed to go. Scavenging Ooze. Eat a Satyr Wayfinder. So now we need to top deck? Oh God. Scavenging Ooze. Eat a Satyr Wayfinder. Oh no. We were so careful to play around. The graveyard, but we're gonna lose to our opponent just hard casting. Where's our Triskaidekaphobia? Do we sack a food? I guess. Sack a food. Top deck mode. Eldritch Evolution. What does that do? I guess we can get rid of the Grease Fang. This is crew 4. Oh, we don't have an answer, do we? Tree of Perdition. I don't know if we have an answer. Eldritch Evolution, the Tree of Perdition. I don't think we have another Skyclave, do we? Tree, Spirited Companion. Wow, we don't. Yeah, I guess it's Spirited Companion redraw. Technuma. That doesn't change anything. Go to combat, attack you. We're dead. We have no way of doing it now because I get to crew an attack. We don't die in one attack, but we don't have a way to win from there. Yeah, I mean, play Llanowar Elves, I guess. I guess maybe we should have sideboarded it. Well, I don't know. Should we have sideboarded differently? We sideboarded to stop the graveyard and we were successful. Our opponent just ramping up to... Not even ramping, just getting up to 8 lands. That seems like, is that something we should have played around? Well, that's an interesting way to lose. Rafine's Informant. Unexpected. Like if we sideboarded differently, we would have had more answers to Grease Fang on the battlefield, but you don't really expect Parhelion to just be hard you The deck does not play that many lands. Kind of like losing to Dredge when they are hard casting their Golgari Thugs and Stinkweed Imps. It's kind of the equivalent. You don't bring in Lightning Bolt to kill Golgari Thug. Yeah, that does do it. Huh. Well, fair enough. Against the odds time, we are playing some Tyvar Tree of Redemption combo. Wow, this hand, I mean, we'll see how much our opponent can disrupt us, but we kind of have everything. Ramp, Tyvar for Hasty Tree, and then Moonblast Cleric can get the Triskaidekaphobia. Fabled Passage cracks it. What do we want to play here is the question. Let's play the land untapped. Play Tyvar. Untap Llanowar Elves. Hit you for what? Breeding Pool and Grimflayer. Yeah, let's run out the tree. Tyvar. Oh, do we just blind? Yeah, let's tick down. Come on. Something we can. Okay. Okay, that works. Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. We do want the tree to live, but we are kind of close. We do need 2 more turns. We need Moonbest Cleric to get the Triskaidekaphobia, and then to resolve the Triskaidekaphobia. I mean, tree's got a big butt. Collective Brutality. So we lose our Fauna Shaman, but Collective Brutality whiffs. I don't think there's even any reason to activate tree yet. I think we just wait. Play Moonblessed Cleric. Grab Triskaidekaphobia. Play the tap land. Tick up Tyvar. And pass the turn. Wow, we're so close. Hydroid Cross. Wow, Hydroid Cross is like 0. That is... Oh, they just want a card type in? Oh, they're triggering... I see. They're triggering Fatal Push. All right, well, now we will activate the tree, put you to 13. Attacks, I mean, we will double block here. Keep our Tyvar. And all right, let's see if our opponent can lose some life. I mean, I guess we don't need, actually, do we need Tyvar? Yeah, let's tick it up. All right, opponent. Show us that shock land. If we keep Tyvar, we can potentially take Numa back the tree in the future. Okay, Thoughtseize also keeps our opponent alive for now. Each player will gain a life. Tick down Tyvar. Fauna Shaman. Discard a Spirited Companion. Get a tree. Play the tree. Opponent untaps. Sheoldred, that's not gonna do it though. Put you to 13? Oh my god. Oh my god. It happened. Wow. That's just how we drew it up. Tyvar giving the tree haste, being able to tutor up our Triskaidekaphobia. Actually really truly worked. I'm sorry if I don't sound more excited, it's my cold. But that was... On paper, that is what we exactly were hoping this deck will do. It's always nice. It's always nice when the plan actually comes to fruition. We're bringing in Scavenging Oozes. Do a little trimming. We also probably want maybe Fatal Push, Skyclave, Leyline Binding if we can find room. Maybe we go down the Diabolic Intent. 2 Skyclaves running like that. That was a dream. I don't even care what happens the rest of this match. We actually pulled it off. I feel like Tyvar is a huge deal for this deck. It really greatly increases the chances of it working. I'll say it's slow, but we're gonna try it. Doubletree is kind of cute. Opponent, please not a mana dork. Takes the Skyclave Apparition. Well, let's start with what we're gonna do. Go. Grimflayer here would be bad for us. Traverse just to hit a land. That's fine. Yep. Plays an island passes. Well, Razor Verge they get go. Ooh, draws the land. And finds a Grimflayer. Well, play Blooming Marsh, play Tyvar. Take it up. Pass the turn. I thought our opponent was struggling for lands, but apparently not. Are you hitting us? All right, opponent's gonna hit us. Leaving the Tyvar. Grimflayer, when it gets in hits, is pretty good. So opponent gets to Surveil 3, essentially. Oh, it literally is Surveil 3 now. Forgot about that update. It used to be unkeyworded Surveil 3, but now it actually is one of the great Surveil errata updates. Setting up the top of their deck. Mills 2. We draw a pretty useless land. Play Castle Lock Lane, play Tree of Perdition. I assume our opponent's leaving this Fabled Passage for a Fatal Push, which is annoying, but, well, let's take down. We need to do something here. Well, okay, Llanowar Elves is very loosely something. Live Tree, we need you to live. Well, didn't get Fatal Pushed yet. We really just want the tree for blocking. Still a card type short of turning on the Grimflayer. Ooh, all right, Hydroid Crosses, that's okay. That's a mini Crosses, we can deal with that. All we need is the Trisk. I don't think we activate Tree yet. Fauna Shaman, well. Discard the Tree of Perdition. I mean, I guess we just go for it. Take the Moonbless Cleric. Do we just tick down? It's gonna die to well, I guess we can tick up and it doesn't die. Play the land. Play the Moonbless Cleric. Triskaidekaphobia. Untap the Fauna Shaman and pass the... Wow, we're right back to the same spot. Can you stop it? Ledger Shredder, that doesn't directly stop anything. And Outland Liberator. So that's actually a problem because it can blow up the Triskaidekaphobia. Yeah, I mean, we can't stop that, so sure. Now we untap. I don't even think we play it. Let's play Concealed Courtyard. Draw with Castle Lockwain. Untap the Llanowar Elves. Do we just play the Ooze? Probably. Yeah, let's play Scavenging Ooze. Pass the turn. There's some argument to holding it so we can discard it to try to tutor up in answer to the Outland Liberator. But turning off our opponent's graveyard also has some value here. Opponent, Tyvar. We will eat the Ishkana. Keeping the graveyard clean's also relevant against potential Emeralds. We kind of want to draw a creature here. Soul Guide Lantern, okay, that can get rid of the graveyard. So we just need to find a way to get rid of this Outland Liberator and then we can go for it. We are on a bit of a clock with these two flyers. Actually, it has been a very close game. Wow, gonna sack to draw, sure. I guess they're trying to turn to trigger the Ledger Shredder, probably. Oh, all right, they actually get to traverse for something. Any creature or land discards Boseiju, gets a Emrakul. That's a ways away from being good, though. Ooh, Eldritch Evolution. There's 4 card types. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. So I think 1, 2, 3. We Eldritch Evolution. Skyclave Apparition. Get rid of the Outland Liberator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9. Oh, they're not really close to Emrakul. So yeah, this does let them connive, but Triskaidekaphobia, run it out. Opponent gets to connive, unfortunately. Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Eat Planeswalker. Just to keep the card types down past the turn. Well, this is it. This is it. Does our opponent find an answer? We have the combo set. Is this a win? Are we gonna get a match win against a Sultai Emrakul Bomby deck? Is this happening? So opponent needs to deal with Triskaidekaphobia, or they need to deal with Tree. Oh, wow, we're gonna be 1 mana short. Yeah, opponent gets another Outland Liberator. Connives. So close. So now our opponent can blow up the Triskaidekaphobia. Yep. And our opponent's got some big flyers. That's also not ideal. Oh, we were so incredibly close. We didn't have enough mana to do everything and eat multiple things from the graveyard to turn off delirium. So now we need to find another Triskaidekaphobia before we die to this board. I mean, we should be able to keep the Emrakul away for a while. Collective Brutality to kill Fauna Shaman. Okay, sure. Can we win by going aggro? We will block. Can we just try to go beatdowns? We can put our opponent to 13. How many creatures are in the graveyard? 1, 2. Opponent only has Emrakul in hand. 3, 4, well, all right, let's put you to 13. Yeah, I guess we're on the aggro plan. We draw another Fauna Shaman. Scavenging Ooze. Eat Outland Liberator. Scavenging Ooze. Eat Hydroid Crosses. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow, we're so close. Scavenging Ooze. Tree of Perdition. Scavenging Ooze. Fauna Shaman. Do we need to turn off Delirium is the question. Scavenging Ooze. Eat Soul Guide Lantern. Down to 4. Play a Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. And opponent scoops it up. I mean, that's kind of a Tree of Perdition win. That's kind of a Tree win because it did, like, the damage from Tree was relevant for us being able to raise our opponent. I mean, we got the full-on combo win in game 1. that was actually true Perdition. The deck is actually kind of working. I mean, our opponent had to tutor up an answer, they would have died to the combo, and now we managed to just win with the beatdowns. In Strand, the Emrakul in hand, Graveyard Hate, going up in value in formats like Explorer, now the Emrakul's around in Delirium, but that was sweet. That was a good one. Sweet. So what did we learn this week about Tyvar's Trisky Tree combo in Explorer? And overall record-wise, the deck was not that good. I think we were like 2-8 or something. So match win percentage, not very high with the deck. Although I will say we did combo off a lot with the deck. Even when we were losing with the deck, a lot of times we'd win 1 out of the 3 matches. So we did get to see the combo go off quite a bit. So on one hand, it is technically a 2-card combo, like Tree of Perdition and Triskaidekaphobia, 2 cards that win the game. So you'd think that would be kind of competitive, and it kind of is when things go well. The challenge is there's a lot of weird ways that people can get around the combo. Like if someone has a Pain land in their mana base, or if someone has a Ramanamp Ruins or a Castle Lockwayne, some way to like lose a life at instant speed, it kind of ruins our day. So the combo, while it's only 2 pieces, which makes it kind of consistent to find those pieces, especially in our deck where we have so many ways to tutor them up, the downside is it's just not all that reliable. And I think the issue with the deck is the backup plan is not very good. Like we're dedicating a lot of slots in our deck to Tree of Perditions and Triskaidekaphobias, and then we have all these support pieces, mana dorks, card draw, tutors. So if we're not winning with the combo, we're kind of left trying to beat down with like Spirited Companions, which isn't super likely to work. So I think the combo's really sweet, but it just inherently has this reliability issue, because if our opponent can lose a life, it kind of fizzles the entire combo, and we can't really control if our opponent's playing Pain lands in their mana base or has other cards like that. I will say Tyvar made this deck way better than it's ever been in the past. The combo of Tree of Perdition, Triskaidekaphobia, it's been around forever, and I actually think it's much better than it's ever been before because of the life loss issue and how opponents can get under 13 to kind of ruin our day. It's never going to be like a super competitive combo, but Tyvar was great in the deck. We got to see the synergies of Tyvar, like making our Fauna Shaman come out with haste and tutor up Tree of Perdition, or letting us use our Tree of Perdition with haste to be able to use it right away instead of waiting a turn to try to combo off. And we do have a ton of ways to find our combo pieces. Sadly, some decks can interact with it, like you can kill the Triskaidekaphobia or whatever, you can lose a life. So there are ways around it, of course, but I feel like for being built around Tree of Perdition and Triskaidekaphobia, the deck actually performed really well. It's just kind of a really janky combo, and there's not really any way around that. But anyway, that is Tyvar's Trisky Tree combo for Explorer. That's been our Against the Odds for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and sorry again for the stuffy voice. I'll be feeling better, I think, by next week's episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.